So welcome to week 4 of our course. So this week we will mainly be covering two topics. One we call data preprocessing, which includes feature encoding and feature normalization. Then we will be covering about a very important machine learning topic, what we call model regularization. So officially we are kicking in our project starting from this week. I have posted your groups and the policies here. I insist you guys go through it and let me know if you have any questions. So as usual, I have provided the reading list here. You will go through two sections from Chris Bishop, and then for feature processing, you can read through this scikit-learn documentation with sufficient code. If you spend some time, you will get the content, and we will post additional videos to clarify certain things. Okay. So now let's spend a little bit time about your project groups and policies. So I have created these groups based on your survey responses. So if you have identified your project partner, you are good. If you want to also do your project alone, that is also good. This is not a big group, so we can handle that. Okay. So here I have posted a project timeline chart. So we are at week 4. So we'll spend the next 3 weeks, including this week, to define our problem and then create a baseline model. So I will explain in a while that what I mean by a baseline model. Then the next 4 weeks, we will develop a parallel deep learning model, whatever problem you are working on and whatever data set you are using. Based on that, we will create a deep learning model. Then I hope that by week 10, when you have some idea about machine learning, deep learning, I want you guys to come up with some of your own ideas that what you want to change in terms of model improvement. And then we keep week 13 and 14 for your presentation and documentation. We want to wrap up this project by week 14 because all of us will be really busy on week 15 and 16 for our exams. Okay. Now I will be explaining a little bit about the policies. So this is an asynchronous course, but at the end of the day, this project is intended to make this learning complete, and as a supervisor or as an instructor, I have to provide you enough feedback. So I want you guys to meet 3 times with me to discuss that how project is going. Okay. So again, this is, you don't need to present here. It is all about I give you enough feedback so you can better craft a machine learning model. And again, we don't wait for the very last 3 weeks to complete this rule. We have to give at least 2 weeks between 2 successive meetings. And as I mentioned that we keep week 13 and 14 as our presentation and documentation wrap up week. So now let's talk a little bit about how we evaluate. Okay. So if you recall, our project has 20% of your final score. 5% is documentation, 5% is presentation, but we are talking about this 10% of your final project. Okay. We want to see that how good or how efficient machine learning model you did develop. Okay. So we will record 50% of your score once you have completed your baseline, meaning that you have clearly defined a problem, and by using the data that you have selected, you crafted a k nearest neighborhood, logistic regression, or random forest, or whatever model you think is appropriate for your task, this will give you 50% of your score. And then, so in the second level, I have again split it into two levels. So you can call it second item, level 1. Here you have to show that you have developed a parallel deep learning model which works better than the baseline model. So this will ensure 80% of your score. At level 2, you have to craft a little bit better deep learning model or an advanced deep learning model like CNNs or transformers based on like what problem you are working on. So we'll give you enough information when you enter this phase, okay? If you are able to do this kind of model, then you will get 100% of your score. And finally, we have some bonus points. So let's say you really did something that is comparable to state-of-the-art results. For example, someone published a paper in 2023 or 24 using the same data and the same problem that you are working on, and your results are actually better or close to them. This will clear 2 additional points for you, okay? But again, this is a kind of open setup. Until 100% will be very specific. So if you have done an advanced deep learning model for your problem, then you will get 100%. And this part we will judge together that how we exceeded the expectation. So then this will allow you 2 bonus points, okay? That was all about your project groups and policies. I just want to remind you guys that our assignment is due on September 26th. That means next week, Friday. So feel free to ask me or reach out to me if you need any assistance, okay? And good luck for this week.